and welcome back to what is three very deflated individuals after this weekend's performance here on the Canary Guys podcast. How are we, fellas?
Depressed.
Yeah, miserable, I think is the word.
I'm getting there.
Are you coming back a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
He's
such a
recovering.
low.
It just wasn't even anger at this point. It was just like, that's the season gone, isn't it? Like, it's just deflation.
We'll get on to that. I don't know if it is quite the season gone yet, but yeah, obviously, if you've been living under a rock, Norwich drew 1-1 to Blackburn at the weekend with what can only be described as one of the worst refereeing performances I've ever seen, and a last-minute winner that was equaliser that was offside. When are we going to see out a game, boys? Like, it seems like every time we get our noses in front, we concede.
Never. We're never going to see one out. Unless it's Ipswich, because we can always beat Ipswich.
Yes, for some reason. Lord knows why, but I'm glad it is the case, because fuck the Scummers. But, like, you know, we'll carry on. I saw a stat on Twitter earlier that it's now 24 points dropped from winning positions this year. That is a huge amount of points. Like that points difference puts us, even if we half that puts us comfortably in the playoff places.
That's 8 wins. That's where you got to look at it. Like, I'm not saying we've lost them from wins, but that is points worth of 8 wins.
Yeah, it puts us comfortably in the playoff discussion, doesn't it? If you don't drop those points,
100%.
or even a few of those points, all you have to do is maybe 2 or 3 of those games be different, and you see them out. It seems like this team, we're fantastic, and we don't get me wrong, for a lot of that game, like the start of the second half, and we were the better side in most of that game. It wasn't by any stretch of the imagination what I would call a terrible performance overall, but I would say, you know what, like, you just should not concede to 10 men in the 90 plus 6th minute or whatever it was. Like, you just cannot do that. When you're 1-0 up to 10 men, you have to see the game out. And it's becoming a worrying trend that we keep doing this. And the one we were discussing it earlier, just off the podcast, the one that sticks in my head is the Cardiff game, where you go up and you concede late on. You just can't keep doing it.
I reckon what we do. So, first 60 minutes of a game, we have 4 up in charge. And 60 to 80th minute, we get a rolling manager. So then Wagner comes back for 20 minutes, and then last 10 minutes, Dean Smith.
It's a good tactical suggestion, to be fair. We'll just get progressively more defensive.
How
Are you going to suggest
shit must we
for
be
extra
that we
time?
need 3 managers to hold on to a win? That's how shit we are at the minute.
We could get Chris Hughton in for extra time.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
What a fantastic suggestion. I mean, we are going to try and, as we say, we'll try and bring a light-hearted take to this, because that was fucking depressing to watch, I'll be honest.
It's just more annoying at the fact that it was a good game, a good performance from Norwich. Like, obviously, we've Mane's chance, 6 minutes in, you've got to be putting that away.
Yeah.
If it's on target, you 1-0 up that early.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think we had him and Fisher's chance early on as well.
Yeah.
Those are 2 goals that you have to be scoring. Like, you have to at least get them on target. And I don't mind if they don't score them, but you have to get the shots on target.
I'd rather the keeper save the season than then you have worst miss of the season.
Yeah, exactly that. But yeah, I just think it's a worrying pattern of not seeing out games now, and I think that is really going to hurt our playoff chances. Do you think we're out of playoff contention for good now? Do you think that's it? I mean, we said on the last pod it was a massive game and that we needed to win it.
My head says yes, we're out of it. My green and yellow heart says no, back the boys for the day.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And that's kind of where I'm at. I think I know mathematically we're not far out of it still, because the teams around us haven't necessarily had the best weekends either. But like, we're still in the fight. But do I think we'll get the playoffs? Truthfully, no, I don't. I'm now in the camp of if I'm got my sensible head on, I'm looking at this side and I'm looking at the injuries we've got, which is another topic we're going to get onto. The injuries we've got and how long they might last for as well. I don't see it happening. I want to see it happening, but I don't. And again, it comes back to that question we were asking previously of if we get the playoffs, do we even want to be promoted at the minute?
I mean, imagine this team right now without any. Obviously, there would be incomings, but without any incomings, this team finishes bottom with about 8 points.
We're
Is it
next
correct?
season Southampton if we get promoted.
Yeah, I think so. And we play similar way, similar start as well.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think
exactly
Forbes
that.
probably
Good
more
philosophy.
what's the word? Adaptable, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but it's a difficult one because my head says no, my heart says we need to fight for the playoffs and we should be there. Like we definitely have the talent and the squad to do it, but how many of them are going to be fit for the rest of the season? Is a big concern. It's a big worry at the minute.
Yeah.
How many of them are going to be fit for their career at this point? Honestly,
Yeah, yeah, it's getting a little bit worrying, but we can't blame it on the referee, or you shouldn't. But let's have a chat about that refereeing performance because that was dodgy to say the least. Was it as bad as the Preston one?
worse.
Oh, worse.
I think it was worse. I
Honestly,
think it was
Kenny
worse.
McLean got a 3-match ban for an accidental elbow. I'm sorry, he is scanned and he has shielded the ball and he's got his elbow in the face. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
it's an elbow in the face. That was the most deliberate elbow in the face I've seen.
Well, it was a punch. It was a fist.
And
When you
like,
watch the footage back, it was a fist. It was
it's
it's just
embarrassing.
assault.
Yeah,
It's not even like a
if you did that on the streets
tussle.
of Norwich, yeah, you're locked up.
If you did that on Prince of Wales after a few pints, right, you're in trouble. Like we all know, we've all seen the bloodstains on Prince of Wales on an evening.
Yeah.
We know it goes on, and we know they all get locked up. So why is Dominic Hyam not in prison right now? Like it's just unbelievable. But yeah, I can't believe that that's been allowed to get away with. Truth be told, if it was the Premier League, he's with VAR, he's off and he's banned for at least 3 games, if not more. Um, I don't actually know what goes through a footballer's head to think, yeah, I'll just punch their goalkeeper in the face.
It was insane. And like obviously it was the reasoning was to try to because obviously we play well out from the back, well sometimes. But it was to halt how quick we were going. But like
Yeah, but
just
like stand in front of him, like
yeah,
do something like that. Just do
don't
something
knock him
silly.
out.
Don't punch him in the face. Fucking mental. That's absolutely insane. That's the ravings of a madman. But yeah, anyway, it's
Hopefully the FA comes back and gives him a 5-match ban, because if Kenny's was 3, I want that to be 5.
That's the
well,
issue though.
if how many games did Borja get for spitting again?
6.
6.
It should be 6. It should be at least equivalent to that.
That's the issue though, isn't it? Because I think the referee saw it because he gave a foul, so then he technically can't actually change it.
Well, they should.
If they don't, yeah.
Yeah, it should be
I
absolutely.
want
Should be
to.
That's a conversation that Norwich will have if nothing is done with this, because
FA spokesperson, if you're listening,
sort it out. Come on.
get on it, sort it out. We
One
want
thing
to
I
see a
want,
ban.
one thing I want from Forup is he's way too nice to refs. I want him absolutely laying into a ref in the press
I
conference.
want him
That
like,
would be
does anyone
quality.
here watch Bunch of Amateurs? I want him to be
Yeah,
like Mark White to referee.
yeah.
Like, that's what I want from Forum. I want to see the referee advisory service in full display.
Please.
That would be absolutely unreal. But yeah, I just think I can't think of another season where we've had so much bad refereeing and so many decisions against us. And I
Yeah.
know I sound really moany now, but like I don't like to moan about referees, but
It's
I'm
cost
not.
us a 6-pointer. That is a
Yeah,
6-pointer game, and the referees cost us that game, though.
yeah. I mean, yes and no. Like, truth be told, there was a red card. for Emmanuel Dennis. However, he should have gone earlier because his first challenge was definitely a straight red. Like, there's no way you can go studs up on someone's ankle like that and not receive a straight red. So again, that was mental that he was allowed to stay on the pitch for even longer.
He must hate Norwich, by the way, because that is his second red card he's got against us, by the way.
And it was the exact same way as well.
And truthfully, he should have had. Obviously, the second one's a yellow, whatever. That's right, but he should have had a red to start with. So he should have had about 3 yellow cards against us in theory. Yeah, he come on and just started kicking the shit out of Crescente for no apparent
I was
reason.
about to say, he's only doing it to Crescente. I thought it was his issue with
Good
Crescente.
player as well.
He's a nice lad, I think.
He clearly hates him, but yeah, I didn't get that at all. And then we can talk about the Blackburn. We'll be fair. We'll talk about the Blackburn penalty decision. For me, it's very, very close. But when you watch it back and you actually look at the images, the contact is outside the box.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's not a penalty. But you can understand why Blackburn fans might be a little bit upset about that.
Yeah, but you can't go on social media, Twitter, saying, "Oh, yeah, you couldn't even win the game with 12 men." Like, Jesus Christ, the referee was abysmal.
Honestly, the ref gave far more decisions to them than he did to us.
Yeah.
And that's not even me with like biased Norwich fan glasses on. Like, I will try and be as in the middle as possible. And then obviously the goal they scored, well, it was tight, but it was offside.
Yeah.
It was absolutely offside. And again, I think if VAR's in activity, we win that game 1-0.
The joys of being a Norwich fan. We never make it easy, do we?
No, absolutely not. And not only have we bottled a 1-0 win in the 90 plus 6 to Andy Vyman, who for some reason always scores against us. No idea why, but he always does. I remember when he used to play for like Aston Villa about 10 years ago and he was scoring against us. So who knows? But also, we talk about Lewis Dobbin every podcast, positively. We have to talk about him being fucking cropped now. Again, he hadn't been playing too badly up until that point. He put in some really lovely balls. He played very nicely.
And it's like what we said last week. Like, we knew there was a potential injury there. Johanna said it was for precaution. So what has changed from last Saturday to this Saturday, which has made him? Because it wasn't like he was. Like, I'm pretty sure he ran on it. Like, it wasn't like no one came into him.
Oh yeah, no, he just pulled up. It was a really good run towards the goal.
Pulled up.
It was a really good run towards the goal. I mean,
that's what I mean. Like, he's just pulled up there. And like, if you've done it as a precaution, then something's gone wrong there with the Norwich City physios there. They need to stop recording Onel Hernandez TikToks and sort this out.
Well, yeah, because let's be honest, right? We're talking about Dobbin specifically, but what is happening? Why is everyone injured? I think someone was saying that Crescente is now injured.
Yeah,
Mahova was injured before the game.
He left the game with a boot. Mahova's.
George Long took one to the face in training, which is kind of funny.
George Long's injured.
I mean, I'm not complaining with that one. That's
I'm all right with George Long being injured. He can stay injured for the rest of eternity, as far as I'm concerned.
And I actually thought when Agnes went down with the assault to him, I thought Reyes might get his chance. Unfortunately, didn't. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think he's.
It's not ready.
As much as there's a punch to the face, he was going to be all right in the end. But yeah,
everyone's dying.
I can't believe I've never in this club's history known a period where we have had so many injuries.
Tell you what, fun game. Let's go through the Norwich City squad this season, and then we will. I'll name a player, and then we'll figure out if they've been injured this season or not.
Yes, I love it.
Okay, yeah,
right.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Right, give me 1 second.
It's going to take a long time,
right.
But we'll do it.
Angus Gunn, yes.
Yes.
George Long, yes.
Yes.
Reyes, well, he's been out.
I don't
He's
think
been on loan.
Archie Mayer has also been injured, I think.
He has been injured as well, yes.
Jack Stacey has not.
I don't believe he has, no.
No, he's just been shit.
Shane Duffy's been drunk.
No,
and crashed his car or something.
Not
did
this
he
season,
crash or did he just get caught driving it? I don't know.
This season's been alright. This season, I think he's played every game. Doyle, yes. Crescente,
No.
yes.
No, Dor hasn't been injured. He just had a
Yeah, he
suspension.
has. Yeah, he's been injured. He was
Doyle's been
injured.
injured as well.
He
had
was
an
injured
injury
before
early on.
the under 21 internationals.
Yeah, he was. He has had an
Oh,
injury.
yeah, he was. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Ben Crescente, yes. McConville, no, but he's been here for about a
He's
week.
been here about 2 minutes.
Cordoba, yes. Fisher,
Fisher hasn't been injured, has he?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think
I
Fisher's
don't
had an
think
injury.
Fisher, no. Mahovo, yes. Signs, no,
No,
not
No,
signs.
he's
bits on
had a
people.
suspension.
It's just spitting issues.
He hasn't had a chance to be injured because he's
Gibbs
been
is always
suspended.
injured.
Gibbs, yes. Eurosic, yes. Mycondes, yes. Jacob Wright, no. Forson, yes. Sorensen, yes. Slimane, yes. Dobbin, yes. McLean,
Yes.
do you count as cold as an injury? Yeah.
Yes, it's still
Hernandez,
injury.
yes. Nunes, yes. Schwartel, no. And Forsyth, yes. Oh, and Sargent, yes. And Cernak, no. So out of all that, 1, 2,
3.
So basically, 95% of our squad has been injured at some point this season.
5,
Genuinely,
6
most of
players
them.
in our squad, 7 players in our squad, out of 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22, 20. 16 out of 24 of our players have been injured.
Jesus Christ.
That's 66% of the players in the first team there, I'd say.
Good maths.
Bit maths.
Quick
That's what
maths.
6 gets you in GCSEs, by the way.
Do you know what? This is showing my age now because I don't know what the hell a 6 is. What's that equivalent to in letters?
So what? A
Six
stars,
is
stars,
a
and
C,
9.
I
A
think.
stars and A. No, it's a B. I think. Yeah, B.
There you go. That's fair enough. Yeah.
Honestly,
Anyway,
the
but
exams.
yeah, I cannot believe what is happening injury wise. Just I've never known like it. It's
And what is
mental.
it? Is it the system? Is it the physios? Is it
Well, I was watching.
the
I can't
hoodoo
remember what I
of?
was listening to. It might have been Rob Butler actually saying about was it the intensity of Johannes's style and that sort of thing. In fact, I think it might have been the interview with Ben Napper.
Yeah, but I remember like Wagner's training was extremely intense. At least it was in pre-season, because I remember them having like triple sessions and
Yeah, but
whatnot.
they did also sit behind the ball
They did.
during games, so
Exactly.
the games weren't intense.
Yeah. But then, is it... The injuries have mainly occurred since Wiltshire's been here. So,
Do you reckon Jack Wilshire's just injury cursed everyone?
is it the
about to say,
hoodoo?
gosh.
I think so.
Jack, I love you. Don't take this as a bad thing, but you
Honestly,
are
we actually
pretty
might need to
injury.
start him. Did you see his finishes in training last week?
I'm really disappointed we didn't hire him as a player coach.
To not be funny, yeah? He'd do better what Somali's doing at the minute, and this is coming from one of Somali's biggest fans.
I genuinely think Wilshire's still got a bit, you know.
Yeah, and I back it. He's better than Jakob Sorensen.
Yeah, that's not hard though. That's not hard. No, I think it's more a fitness thing, isn't it? And again,
Yeah,
injury
100%.
issues and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, I'm sure he's a fantastic coach, but he just seems to have cursed us in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good coach to have for the likes of Schwartau and Forson and Wright.
I think he does a
Send
lot for
them to look
Nunes as
after
well.
you.
I remember them coming out for the second half. He's there with Nunes explaining things.
Yeah,
to him.
yeah.
Well, they're a similar style of player,
And that's what I mean. Like, in that aspect, like, midfield is probably the most important role in any sort of team, but especially for Johannes, because you get the fullbacks in the midfield. You want a midfielder as your first team coach. So
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense when you brought in a midfielder of his calibre.
Yeah, fair enough. I think right. We can gloss over the negativity now. We move on.
Can I speak about someone then if we talk about positive stuff?
Yes. Well, this is what I'm thinking. I think we probably try and go for some positives now. I think there is one or two. And I know you've got one because we discussed it. So go for it.
I know you've got the same one as me. Do you want to go first?
Do I?
Yeah. I'll start then. I'll start.
Robbie's
You
not
go
aware
first.
of this.
Robbie, really? Don't worry.
I've not got a clue.
Ante Cianac, yeah?
Yes.
He is someone who came in a hefty price tag, which is not his fault, okay? Clubs negotiate. If anything, I think he'd choose to come to Norwich for free if he could, but a price tag's a price tag. Did we overpay? Yes and no. Like, currently, if you ask me this, I'd say yeah, but 2-3 years' time, I'll say, no, what bargain we've got for Ante Cianach. And this season, Cianach has had glimmers. I remember that one week where he got that goal against Plymouth and then 2 goals and assists against Luton. I thought, Ante's coming good. And then he went a bit quiet. And then Swansea came when he got a goal and 2 assists, I believe. If you include the one where it came off the crossbar, Marcondes headed it in. Or chested it in, sorry. But he's always just like been there, right place. That goal at the weekend was his best Norwich City goal, and that is when I've looked at Cianach and thought, player. Like, that is the moment where I'm like, Ante Cianach is the right man for Norwich City Football Club. The ball from Marcondes, this is someone else I want to talk about, but we'll get to him in a minute. He's off balance, he fizzes it in perfectly, and Cianach, first time, wraps his foot around it, curls it straight in the back of the net. And I'm so upset Norwich didn't get 3 points, because that would have been Cianach's moment that he full on deserved.
Exactly, yeah. I want to add to that. He definitely needs to shoot more. I think he decides to pass or whatever, which is good. Nice to have a team player, but he has a hell of a shot on him.
Yeah,
And I
he
just want
does.
to mention Connor Southwell's tweet that Ante Cianach has now scored more championship goals than Willie Gnotto, Kiefer Moore, and Maitar Gueye. Also, the level with Jordan Rose's return in 1819.
Some incredible attempts at pronunciation there.
I try my best.
And am I right in thinking he is the joint highest under 21 championship scorer?
Yes.
And that is mental. And I think he is going under the radar a lot of the minute.
And he hasn't had many minutes. He hasn't.
No, if you think about it, he's been rotated a lot, and also
Exactly.
he's been played out of position for half of the time.
Exactly.
I might say something here which could cause some controversy. At the minute, Norwich are quite a lot of the wingers are tucking in, the fullbacks are exploiting the space out wide, yeah? And that is where I know Borja was a bit shaky at the weekend, but go back to Stoke. Borja's the best. He was a lot shaky, yeah. But that Stoke game, let's go back to that Stoke game, where Borja came into that middle of the park and he got the link up going, and that's what I like when he's in the middle. Cianach was in the middle against Blackburn, yeah? And that is where the runners came, like.
Yeah, but
and I just think that's worked well for him. I think, yes, he's a striker by trait, but when Sargent's there, it's good to have Cianach on the wing, I think, and he did it brilliantly against Blackburn.
I'm torn. I do think Cianach is still a player being square pegged, round holed in terms of playing on the wing. I think he can play there, but I just don't think he's quite mobile enough to do what I would like from wingers. And I mean, we'll get on to Sainz because I think, well, truth be told, I think the truth of the matter is, as good a player as he was at the start of the season, I think Championship defenders have figured him out now.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's become so predictable because, let's be honest, everyone in this call knows exactly what he's going to do every time he picks the ball up on the left wing. He's going to cut inside and run with it. And he's not going to pass. He's going to take on 3 or 4 players. And, you know, Borja of months ago would have passed. He would have had shots from the edge of the box. He would have popped a few off. He'd have tried these things. All he's trying to do is dribble now. And I don't get it.
I don't get how he can not pass but not shoot at the same time.
No, it's really strange. It's like he just hangs onto the ball forever.
And just 92nd, 93rd minute, go for the corner flag, please. And it wasn't just Sainz, it was Nunes as well. But you need this basic football, right? You don't need to be a 26-year-old, 28-year-old, 32-year-old experienced player to know that when you're winning in the 90th minute and you have the ball, go for the corner flag, kill the game off.
It's basic rules, isn't it? Just keep hold of the ball, kill it off, nice and simple. You don't even need to go for the corner flag, but just, you know, keep hold of the ball. No, don't try and take a man on.
Just do the opposite to what everyone at Carrow says. Don't get it out of the box.
You know all this mind-numbing passing around the back shit? This is the time when you need to do it.
Exactly.
This is the time when you need to just have control of the ball. No sloppy passes, nothing loose. And just keep hold of it. So yeah, I just feel like, have we seen the best of signs in a Norwich shirt already?
Yeah,
I think we might have, and I
I
think
think.
that might be it.
Yeah,
Really,
I honestly think we'll be lucky to get anything over 15 million for him,
yeah.
considering.
Which is a shame because at the start of the season we'd have been saying he's a 25, 30 million pound player,
Yeah,
but I've seen a lot of Norwich fans at the minute saying they wouldn't actually care about losing him. Which,
no, I wouldn't really.
and the truth of the matter is, he, as someone said, I think the quote I love, I can't remember who it was on Twitter, but someone said that Sainz was our worst best player,
Yeah,
which is so right, because when you think about like best players that Norwich have had in years past, you've got like Sarah, Buendia, players like that. Does Sainz fit in the category?
no,
No, I don't think he's quite up there.
and you had the early comparisons too between Science and Buendia, but
Well, yeah, but Sainz was
if he kept
the
that
time
up,
at the
then there's
time was
conversation.
as good. In fact, his scoring output was far better.
Yeah,
His assists weren't quite as good, but he's never been that type of player, has he? So he's not quite the same creative that Emmy is. That's what I said. I remember at the start of the season, someone comparing them, and I'm saying you can't compare them because they're two very different players.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
So yeah, but I wonder whether or not we have actually seen the best of him in a Norwich shirt. So yeah, we'll hope. I mean, I'm hoping he picks up.
Yeah, we're saying
Um,
this now, and then Friday he'll go score 6 goals, and then
No, honestly, I get, I 100% like,
yeah, but
I,
if he does that,
I,
I'd love it. I'm on
I
yeah,
get
board.
all the standard this man gets him in it. He's not been at the levels, but I firmly believe that there is still a player there, and
yeah,
Oh,
there's
it's
a
definitely
player
still a
there.
player
but
there.
I genuinely think, let's say this season ends miserable. I think, I know we say Borja's gonna leave and that, but a part of me thinks Borja hasn't completed a mission that he thinks he can do. Like, I remember at the start of this, like that purple patch in October, November, where he was literally magic every game, and I think a part of me thinks he was the man who put Norwich on his shoulders for them 2 months, where when nothing was going, he got something going, and I think
Yeah, I
Borja,
think
if we don't get playoffs, it's not a bad season, but I think out of everyone there, well, not at the minute, but if he says to me September, November, Borja's the man who wants us in the playoffs the most, and I genuinely stand by the fact, if Borja gets going, Norwich City will make the playoffs.
we've got a chance. I I think as well. We're talking about losing players in the summer, and I really worry about Sargent going
So
because I just don't see how we replace him.
We cannot replace him. We cannot replace him.
We can't. We genuinely cannot replace. How do you replace a player like that for the amount of money that we're going to have to spend in the championship?
Yeah, I know, I agree.
Because you've got to face the fact that the reality is, if we're going to do what we as a collective will think that they do, which is the majority of us don't think that we're getting promoted this year, we are essentially going to have to attract a striker of good caliber to what is a mid-table championship side.
yeah,
That's tough. That's not going to be easy to do. So it's worrying times. It's like we said earlier, like about we want to get promoted, and I think in some ways we need to get promoted because that, for me, that is the only way we keep Sargent another season.
Yeah.
he's got a long contract though, hasn't he?
He
When's
has got
that?
a long contract. I'd love him to stay. I'd love to be proven wrong, but I just think someone is going to come in with more money than we can turn down.
But then but personally, I don't. If Norwich is serious on this, we're gonna build and we're gonna stay in the Premier League. There isn't a price tag on Josh Sargent, in my opinion. And like,
I think
I,
it's a price tag on every player, though.
I just can't see
Every
that.
player has a price.
Really,
Every player has a price.
It's
like
changed now.
let's say someone came in for 50 million for Sargent. Yeah, I'd turn it down. I think.
No, 50 million for Sargent. With his injury record, you'd take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If someone come in with 50 mil for Sarge, I can't say
Take
no.
that and run.
I
Jesus.
can't say no.
Oh, I
It's
don't
as
know.
disappointing as it is. Like you cannot say no to
Yeah,
50 mil.
I love him
I
as a player. He's a great player, and
I
he's
think
a great guy.
the truth is anything above 30 and Norwich accept it immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the same.
And it could even be as low as 25 and they'll accept it.
Yeah, I guess he's like, you talk about great, like Borja being the worst of the great Norwich City players. I genuinely think Sargent's one of the ones I feel bad for because he, when he started turning good, it was the Sarah show, and now it's the Sarn show. Let's say,
Not anymore.
Do you
no,
not
no,
think do you not think overall he's a better player
yeah,
than
yeah, no, no,
himself?
no. What I'm saying is, yeah, but I'm saying is,
Because I do.
yeah, I agree
Let's
with you, but we've not had a season where it's Sargent's standout season for Norwich City. If you get what I mean, like it's always been Sarver's standout season. This season's obviously been Sargent's
Ben,
standout season.
I'll
So
ask you now. I'll ask you quickly. If the season was to end right now, player of the season between Sarge and Sargent, who would you pick? Because I pick Sargent every day of the week.
If it was to end now,
Yeah.
I'll probably pick Kevin Fisher because I just think
I
Sargent's
was going to say I don't
disappeared.
think I'd pick either of them.
That's what I mean. Sargent's disappeared. Sargent's been injured. Like
I think you've got to pick someone who's more consistent than that.
100%, Kenny or Fisher.
Yeah, I don't
But
disagree.
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Let's say next season, yeah, we don't go up. Sargent goes. Sargent stays by some miracle, yeah. And Sargent has a good, consistent whole season.
Oh yeah, he'll break the scoring record.
Not even that,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. He will then go down as, like, easily player of the season. He has not had a player of the season worthy season, in my opinion, yet.
Look at him this season. He's played 21 games this season and he's scored 11 goals
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
and
So
5 assists.
yeah, I can't disagree with that. I'd love to see him stay. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right, perfect
Listen,
stuff.
Napa's got it all under control. That's what I've got to say.
I'm slightly
Yeah.
concerned that on transfer market it says that he's injured. I'm hoping that's.
Oh, don't even.
Transfer market's awful.
Don't start. Not more injuries, please.
If he's injured, don't blame me.
I'm gonna cry. I will actually. There will be tears
If
on the
he's
Twitter
injured,
timeline.
we'll email Norwich City and we'll have a front three of us three. Fuck it, go on then.
Yeah, that'd be sensational. Canary goes front three.
Canelo goes crossbar challenge when.
Oh, it has to be done. Get in contact.
It's easy enough to apply to.
Admin, come on.
Come on,
Let's
Adrian,
talk-
you love us.
Listen, talk Norwich City. I don't know if you watch this pod. You lot have got your link to Norwich City Football Club. Let's set up a charity match this year and get us free in it.
But they do that a lot, to be fair, don't they?
Yeah,
Issue
I
is-
mean,
I'd
issue
play a
is-
charity match.
I
I've not played
haven't.
football in ages. But...
Yeah, I haven't kicked the ball since like year 10, but
my biggest dream in life is to
play at Carrow Road.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'd love to do
even
that.
imagine scoring like
Yeah, I'd love to. That'd be great.
But yeah, talk Norwich City. If you need any ideas, give me a little message.
Yeah, we're about, and like we say, we've got no rivalry with any of the other pods. We'd like to work collaboratively. I can't speak collaboratively with you. I've bottled that. Bit like Norwich at the weekend. Whee!
Oh,
Right then, I think it's time to move on. Obviously, give the people a little bit more joy with our fun segments of the podcast. And it's time to start off in the traditional way with the Jeff Mann official sausage roll review. So, Robbie, tell us what you've been up to this week and where you've been.
Yeah, of course. So, some people might not know, but I go to UEA and I study film, TV, and media there. And of course, I can't go there without eating a sausage roll because sausage rolls are life, sausage rolls are everything. So I went to Ziggy's Cafe at UEA, the street in UEA, which is just a nice little cafe. And I got myself a sausage roll. The price of that sausage roll was, well, the picture covers it up, but I think it was about £1.75. Very good sausage roll.
Reasonable.
Reasonable indeed. Very good sausage roll. A picture will be overlaid on the screen. There was a bit of like sausage roll fat on the pastry, so But
Yep.
that added a bit of flavour, so it wasn't all bad, and it was tasted good. Crumbs per bite was reasonable. I'd give it 8 out of 10 because it's not a Carrow sausage roll, but we will be back on Friday with the usual scheduled Carrow sausage roll eating session.
Fantastic. That's what we want. We always love a sausage eating session. So yeah. Anyway, we'll get back to that on Friday. And yeah, hopefully we're going to get another scorching review from Jeff Mann. Perfect. So we'll now move on to what traditionally would be the next segment, which is Canary Caller of the Week. However, I've got some bad news this week. Unfortunately, you were all too sensible and you all said things that made sense. So this week, no one wins Canary Caller of the Week because none of you were funny enough.
It's insane.
I
Which I
genuinely
was
want the ultimate head loss.
I was expecting like full on meltdowns, but no
Like,
one. Everyone kept head. Like I don't understand.
I was like insane head loss. We lost that game. I was like the whole rest
Yeah,
of
I
the
was
evening.
losing it.
I was like just I was just ignoring everyone. I was just it was awful.
I was
And
with my girlfriend and I was in a mood and I wasn't happy. And
if I
then,
called up, I would have been more pissed off. It's just come on,
yeah,
people of
I couldn't
Norfolk.
quite believe that there was no head loss. But the good news is that we've got plenty of other segments which hopefully are going to fill the gap.
Yeah,
Let's hope
let's
so.
Um,
hope.
we're going to start off with Tweet of the Week, which this week was hotly contested.
Yeah,
There were
actually, it
some
was a good week.
very, very good tweets. Ashton, I think you've got the honourable mention for this week.
Yes, so this is from not Sammy Dingle, a legend of the Norwich City
Sammy
community.
Dingle always got to get a shout out.
So a certain irrelevant scum called Harry Clark started off a Norwich City chant in Ipswich's 3-2 loss to the worst Man United side of recent times. And so Sammy has put in response to this, don't you worry, Sheffield and Ipswich are both small cities and I bump into your footballers all the time. You little dinosaur spaz, you're going to have to bump into me soon. Anyone who knows me knows a Sammy promise is a real promise. So that is our honourable mention this week.
Yeah, it's an honourable mention. I don't know if anyone remembers the tweet. What was it? Tweet? It was an Instagram post, wasn't it? It was Van Dijk and Pickford, and it's a play on that one originally. So that is a magnificent turn of events. So congratulations on that one. But the winner is a man who hasn't had a mention on this podcast before. I wasn't aware of this man actually. It's a man called Freddie Hallams, and of course Todd Cantwell, who we all know is former Norwich player, played against us at the weekend. And he put a tweet out saying that it was a strange feeling playing against a team you spent so many years at, from a kid to a man, etc. Freddie Hallam's response to this tweet was magnificent because all he put was Gilmore shagging your missus, mate, with an X at the end as a sarcastic kiss.
Quality.
That is top quality work from you. You deserve this, my man. Yep, it has to be done. It has to be said. You are tweet of the week. Well done, Freddie Hallams. Magnificent work. Applause
Good
to
job,
everyone.
mate.
Can we also give a shout out for Nunes Shush and Cantwell as well, because that was class.
Yeah, it was good. Excellent work. Magnificent stuff. Right, two people who we've just mentioned actually, because we're now going to move on to Donkey of the Week. And funnily enough, weirdly, the honourable mention for Donkey of the Week lines up with the honourable mention for Tweet of the Week, and the winner of Donkey of the Week lines up with the Tweet of the Week. And I've only just noticed this. So honourable mention for Donkey of the Week is going to go to Harry Clark of Sheffield United on loan from Ipswich, who of course did his little chant and was being all silly. And he's a bit of a knobhead, really.
Just a bit.
That's what I can say about it. Ashton, you got anything to add? You?
16 years Norwich City. That's all
Yeah,
I can say.
perfect. That's what we wanted to hear. But I mean, there's only one winner of Donkey of the Week, isn't there?
Gotta be.
It has to be. It's Todd Cantwell. Stinker and hooked. Has to be said. He was pretty awful. And he's also a stupid ponce, and I don't like him.
Fair enough.
But yeah, whenever Todd Cantwell is on a football pitch, he's going to win Donkey of the Week. So it's easily done.
Apart from his goal against Man City, I always remember that game.
Yeah, he played for us then. He wasn't a knobhead.
I mean, towards the end of his Norwich career, he was, but yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a knobhead at that point.
Yeah, that was like prime Cantwell at the age of
Yeah,
what,
you hadn't quite hit
21.
knobhead status at that point.
Yeah. He
So
was
we're
actually
all
like,
right.
oh, he's a decent footballer in that then, but now he's a knobhead.
It's beautiful stuff. Right, we shall move on then to our picture of the week, which is a little news segment. But there was one picture that Jeffman brought to my attention, which just could not be ignored. I'm
Yeah.
sure he'll put it on screen for us. And would you like to talk us through it?
Bask in all of its glory. Date of recording, it is Pete the Kitman's birthday. I haven't told the lads this, but I think we should all sing happy birthday to Pete the Kitman, just in case he's watching. Do you
Well,
agree?
right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
I don't want to count us in, then Robin will sing it.
Okay, good.
Go on.
3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Pete the Kitman. Happy birthday to you. Hooray!
Hooray!
Just what a guy. Yeah. I run out of words. He's a great guy. Like, just see so much him giving away shirts. I saw a tweet from Bianca Westwood and Jeff Stelling where
Yeah.
he's just given them both shirts. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. And he gives stuff to charity. He helps out the soup kitchens. He's what a guy he would be to just sit down and have a WKD with, which we will get on to later.
Well,
And he's good looking man.
it's a perfect segue, I'll be honest, because the last segment for this particular section of the podcast is our Twitter question, which we are now going to try and put one out every week. But yeah, we've got our Twitter question, which this week was my Twitter question. It went out on the Canary Guys Twitter account, but I did think it up. It took me a bit of thinking, truth be told. I wasn't sure what I wanted to go for. However, I went for which Norwich player or staff member would you most like to take to Popworld for a night of Venga Boys and Blue WKDs, which we all know is what happens in Popworld. I did also at the Canary Jerry for this one because obviously he is the Popworld expert. So we will start with his response to this, which he simply, nice, short, sweet answer, no reasoning, just we all know the reasoning. He put Shane Duffy.
Fair
I
enough.
don't think there's any words need to be spoken. Just don't let him drive. We'll go next up for one of the unexpected answers. The Unthanked Kitchen have responded.
Honestly, what a bunch
Which,
of people.
again, shout out Unthanked Kitchen, class from you. Love that. They've gone for Got to Be Kenny, but less of the WKDs and bring on the Mad Dog 2020. So, yep, perfect shout. We love a bit of Kenny on MD 2020, so got to be done. We've got NCSC Curtis, Got to Be Pete. We've obviously mentioned Pete the Kitman. What a man. We've got Art Mixer with
I love
Big
his.
Glenn.
Yeah, that's fair. I like that.
He says, if you gave me 2 members of staff, I'd split Big Glenn into 2 and make 2 little Glens. Which is a fair answer.
There was no need for that. We never asked for 2 members, and then he just said, "I'd make 2 Glens."
That is
No
brilliant.
need for that.
He is a guy. I remember seeing him fully suit, tuxedo, tie, in the Queen of Iceni. What a guy.
I reckon he loves it.
Yeah, he loves it, doesn't he?
Loves it, absolutely. And then the last one, which is Alwyn OTVC, and that is, he's gone for Jack Wilshere.
I like that
He
shout.
says,
Yeah,
it
good
just
shout.
seems like he could have a good night out. So I don't disagree with that, to be fair. It's a good shout. It's a good shout. So there you are. That's the segments we've got
What's your
covered.
boys'
Thank you for all the
answer to that?
responses. Oh, who would I take on a night out?
Who's your one?
I would take Borja for Mad Spanish Energy.
But what if he starts
Yeah.
spitting on you when he's drunk? That's all I'm saying. Robbie, what's your answer, mate?
See, Pete's been taken, which is upsetting me. But I would go for Nunes just for the mad Chilean energy. just not knowing a word of English. I just feel like it would be insane. He just wouldn't know what he's doing. We'd end up like on a field in Darsham somewhere, and it would be just a class night out.
I'm quite surprised no one said my answer here. And I don't know why, I just feel like I'd get on with him. I'm going to say Rory McConville I want on a night out with me. I think Rory's a nice lad and I'd love to meet him, I think.
Fantastic stuff, right? We did put another question out on Twitter as well, actually. I think Robbie put this one out, as far as I remember, just for a few sort of responses, just to see what people were thinking. So we were looking for some suggestions on the pod, and we did put out the most memorable Norwich game, which we're all going to run through ours. And then we have had one response to that, so we will read that out as well. It's from our boy NCSC Curtis, who has responded quite a few of the things that we've been putting out recently. So shout out to you. But yeah, boys, what is your most memorable Norwich game?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Go for it. It's
Again,
your question.
I did mention this in the first pod, I think, but quite a curveball one. But it would be Hull at home, first game of the season last season. Just the fact that Ida scored a goal, the fact that it was probably offside, the fact that Hull fans were in tears, the fact that it was absolutely pissing it down raining, the fact that it
Yeah.
was last minute. It was just everything combined for a great day,
I
and I
was
loved
at
it.
that game. It sticks in the memory.
It does.
Yeah. It's a great shout. Ashton, what about you?
There's one absolutely, I wouldn't say clear anymore, but I'd say for me it's Ipswich at home last year. That Nunes free kick, the day itself, Ipswich did not show up on the pitch or in the away end, so I don't know what the heck they were on about that day, but what a day it was.
Yeah. Magnificent shout. Now, having been going to Norwich games a little bit longer than you two, I've got some very, very good options here. However, I'm going to go with, interestingly, not the playoff final, but the playoff semi-final against Ipswich at home. The Christoph Berra being a goalkeeper, and Wes Hoolahan slotted away a penalty game. Absolutely magnificent game. I will never forget it. Stadium rocking. Absolutely loved it. So, yeah, pitch invasion afterwards as well. So, can't complain about that. I was a well-behaved child, so I stayed in the stands. But yeah, nowadays I would be on the pitch losing my mind. So,
Brilliant
shows how much
stuff.
I've changed. And we did also, obviously, as I say, we had the response from Curtis. So I will just get that up. Can't remember what he said, actually, truth be told.
I think he said the same game as you, to be fair.
Oh, he did. Yeah, 3-1 versus Ipswich in the playoffs. There you go. Little me wanted to rush home because I was bored at full time during the pitch invasion. As soon as I left the ground, I wanted to go back in, and it's one of my biggest regrets, as I don't think we'll have another moment like that. I
Yes, we
agree. It'll be
will.
very, very hard to match.
Next season is happening.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I always believe in the boys, but it's difficult at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, actually, we've got a bit of a shout out now, haven't we?
We have
We've got someone we need to shout out.
comment of the week on last week's pod goes to a certain. Well, obviously we're now in March. End of March is Mother's Day, so only one way
Good
that we
connection.
give comment of the week to my mother, Penny Brown. On last week's pod, we got best one yet. Well done, lads, on the Ball City. So large respects to my mum. Has been a member of the
Shout
pod.
out your mum.
Yeah, we love Penny.
Love your mum.
Okay, but yeah, so we love that from you, Mum. Thank you, Mum. I know you and Dave will be watching, so love you both.
Anyway, I think it's probably time we moved on swiftly from that to the Oxford game, which we're all discussing potentially going to, if we can get it all lined up.
Canary guys.
Canary
Sad.
guys on tour
Yeah.
to Carrow Road.
Canary guys.
Long way.
It's a long way. It's a long trip for us all. No, it's not. But anyway, yeah, we normally do our team predictions. My problem is we're recording this on a Monday. There's been no announcement of who is injured and who isn't, and it seems like half the team is injured.
Yeah, it might be Pete the Kit Man in goal for all we know.
It could well be Pete the Kid in goal. We have no idea because everyone appears to be injured.
Yeah, it is concerning, and like for us to be at our best, we want to, and I think for the fans to not necessarily back the boys fully, but to feel confident, we want to know, like we should play on a Saturday or a Friday or a Sunday, play at the weekend, and on that Monday we should know the team, we should know that no one's injured, what our best starting eleven is. We don't know any of that, and it's
No.
really concerning.
No, I think to be honest, we would be struggling to do team predictions this week because the truth of the matter is we could predict a team and 4 players be injured. So yeah, I think what we'll probably do is just go for the scores, shall we?
Yeah, good idea.
I was so far off it last week. I don't know if I want to do this.
I was a long way off.
I can't remember what I
I
said, to
said
be
we went
fair.
3-0, didn't I?
I said
I'm pretty sure I
4-1.
said 3-0. We were confident. We've got way too excited after Stoke, haven't we? Oh dear. But no, I think I'll go first this time. I think
Yep.
Yeah, go on.
I think it'll be 3-1 to Norwich, and I think Oxford's scorer will be Plaheta
Oh,
Wow.
as a bonus prediction.
Do you reckon he'd give it loud? Do you reckon he'd give it loud to us Norwich fans? Or do you
no,
think
you
he'd
know
go?
what? I think he's a nice
I
guy.
think he's a respectable man.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't think he would, but I do think he scores.
There'll probably be some banger in like the first 2 minutes. He just hit one from 25 yards out and it flies in.
Yeah, I'll go for. See, that's the thing. You look at the Coventry match, it was 3-2 versus Oxford. I'm going to say
Yeah.
the same 3-2. And who's going to score? Plaheta will score, and someone else for Oxford. Don't know anyone else, any other Oxford players.
Mark
But
Harris,
yeah, sure, why not?
he's all right.
My namesake as
He
well.
might
So.
be injured. I have no idea. I just know he's a player.
Who the fuck is that guy?
He's just a player who plays for Oxford, who I know scores goals sometimes.
And goal scorers, well, it depends who's playing. Vicky the Omelette Chef,
Watch
Pete the
out.
Kit Man, and Delia.
I'm going to take the nice little subtle 2-0.
No goal for Splat the Cat out of retirement,
Oh,
or possibly a
legendary
Viva
return.
Lima.
Viva Lima, one man. I'll go
Captain Canary could get one though.
a little 2-0 win. I'm going to go Sergeant and Signs.
Yeah, nice and easy. Love that. Absolutely excellent. Well, at least we've all predicted a win again, which shows we're not entirely defeated.
And then we'll come on here next week and we've lost 1-0 to Oxford
Yeah,
at home.
when we've lost 1-0 to a scrappy goal in the last minute, and we'll all be moaning again that we
And
wish
Plaget's
this.
kissing the badge right in front of the Barclay.
Yeah, that he'll celebrate. He'll do a proper knee slide in front of the Barclay. Right, and so I think it's now just one final thing to go through, and that is our Canary Guys competitions. We've of course still got 3 amazing items, one for each of the hosts available. We've had some more entries, so thank you for that. Keep them coming. We are gonna announce the winners next week. I think we've decided, haven't we, boys?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, perfect. So
If I
it'll
get
all
an
be
entry.
announced next week. So last week you get your entries in. I am obviously giving away my Canary Jester hat, which is worn from the promotion parade when we won the league. So yeah, if you do want that one, I will actually affix a picture at some point with me wearing it, looking about 12 years old. I also had a broken thumb when that happened. I seem to remember. So I was wearing a cast. But
Lovely.
yeah, if you want that hat, that's big memories for me because of obviously where it was worn and what it was worn for. It's a fantastic day. So yeah, if you want that, all you've got to do is answer the question, which I've got out on Twitter at the moment. Go to the Canary Guys podcast Twitter and have a little look.
Brilliant. And then you've got the Jeff Man 98 sticker, 1 of 12. All you have to do to win it, if you want it, it's a bit small, but time to big up our prizes. It is the best sticker you'll have in your lifetime. It is top quality. It is laminated, so you can put it on a lamppost and it won't get wet. But it will get wet, but it won't like fade away. But all you have to do is let me know your favourite place to eat a sausage roll.
And you can win a Norwich City 3D shirt construction toy by sending me your worst personalised shirts. We have had a whopping 0 entries.
Come on, boys, we need to get that up.
Listen, it is so real, you can hear it. It is
It's
waiting,
really there. It's a thing.
and you can win this and build this, or even give it to someone for Secret Santa as a present. Save yourself, what, 20 quid? And it's a present for someone.
Excellent stuff. Right, I think that pretty much covers it. We'll reshare that on Twitter as we will throughout the week, and hopefully we'll get some more entries in, and we'll draw that in the next pod.
Brilliant stuff.
Result.
Right, fantastic stuff, boys. I think we'll get that all sorted, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye bye.